Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for another video, and today we are diving back into PowerWash Simulator, and we're going to carry on with the next mission as we're sort of working our way very close to the end of the campaign missions that we've got here. If you haven't checked it out already, please do have a look. I did post the other day the demo for PowerWash Simulator 2, so go and check that out. And yeah, we'll dive in here. We've got a fishing boat to clean up. I swear the world is getting weirder by the day. Last night I was out on my boat when I caught a whiff of this glorious smell. Imagine if you just took the juiciest little shrimp and enhanced all the bits of that flavour that you loved and removed all the bits you hated, then added a little pinch of parsley. That was this smell. Naturally, I followed it and hadn't got more than half a nautical mile due west when this huge wave came out of nowhere, scooped me up and beached me on the foreshore like a curious beluga. It's going to need a good hosing before I hit those waves again. So, right, it's 1,150, and we're off to Crab Bay Marina. So, let's dive on in. Now, one of the big things with Power Simulator 2 is we actually have a big map in our home base, because we don't really ever see home base here. We just see what we have in our from within our tablet. Right, what we got? So we've got a lot of the outside to do. We're on what looks like some kind of dry dock. Lovely. Alright, well, let's get down the end here. Oh, I've got to say, and all the time at sea, I've never seen a wave like that before. Okay then. Oh, so we're going to have a lot of grounding junk to do here. Gotta remember, I'm not playing PowerWash Simulator 2 anymore in the demo for it, because that one they've changed where the where you view the dirt. It's no longer tab, it's now Q. And rather than hitting E to change everything, it's like, yeah, where you get this pop up, it's not, you don't get that in PowerWash Simulator 2, you just get a you press the button, it changes, and you can press a different button. I think it's number 1 changes the power washer, and number 2 is the nozzle and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a slightly different interface, but you know, that all worked pretty well. Alright, let's change it to 15 degree and we'll see if we can get a better strip off of everything here. More sandblast than power wash, but see how this gets on. Get this leading edge along here. Hey, that looks pretty good. Right, let's get the propellers done. Let's get the back end of here. And hopefully we're nearly done with the rudder. I'm guessing we've got something at the top we need to do as well. Okay, yeah, the 15 degree is really clearing stuff out a lot quicker. I think that's definitely what we're needing. Get the old barnacles off, and all kinds of other scale and grime and other associated nautical detritus that will attach itself to the vehicle's hull. Keel and various other areas of the body, depending on whether you want to class the keel as a separate area to the rest of the hull. Some do, some don't. Let's get the back of the propellers done. This one's going to be a long one because it's over $1,000 for the completion bonus or the payment. Upper area there. Cool. Right, good. So we've got a bit on top to do around there. Anything else to do on the propeller? A little bit on that upper blade there. You may have to pull the old hose, the ladder down here. Right, come on then, let's go and run along the keel. Keel done. We've got some rope as well around here. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's what they're using as a thing to try and avoid running aground and doing too much damage to the bottom of the boat. Yeah, possibly looks like it. It's got a bit at the front and a bit towards the rear. Hey, but hey, that works. You don't see it on many boats these days. Coolio. Looking lovely. Get to the front part of the keel, and is that going all the way up to the top or one area? Oh, it is. Oh, bugger. Oh well. Right, let's get to here. Let's run our washer down this side. So we've got port area here. That's going to probably need the longer extension. Let's get that. Yeah, go with a long extension. Going to shrink our fan of our water, but it's going to increase our pressure. That should let us get up into there. Now I can already see there's a little bit we're going to miss above that trim piece there, but at the end of the day we want to get as much coverage as possible and clear up as much as possible in the same way. So if I can have a slightly smaller fan of water but it's doing more in the time, I'm going to feel better off than having to go and use multiple passes in the same area. But yeah, we're looking good so far. What I want is just to be something where we're just cutting through the junk. Because there's all kinds of detritus from in the oceans. Good. So you see this is just coming up a lot easier. Well, if we change up to 25 we'll still have the same effect. A little bit, we just have to go a little bit slower when we move. But we can get a wider dispersal. Actually I'm going to go back over a few areas. So is it worth the trade-off of having the higher pressure but shorter fan, or higher fan and smaller fan, higher pressure, or wider fan and lower pressure? See, I'd have carried on with the keel if the keel didn't go at the front of the boat like that. It's very difficult to follow along. go from... Oh, okay, so the rope's not got its own separate part. Darn it, I was hoping that would have been a nice way of transitioning between two areas, but obviously not. Okay, good. That's going along really quite nicely. Yeah, this is definitely going to take some time. So let's go and have a look what we got upstairs while we're just running around and taking a look, and then I'll pause the video and crack on with doing all of this in the background while you all are on pause and not having to watch me grind through everything. It's going to take some time. Right, so what have we got up here? We've got a catch box, we've got a cabin door, got a life buoy, got our windlass for the anchor, lovely. Can't get into the cabin though. Oh, that's going really well on that area. Alright, well, let's use that on there. That'll clear us a lot of path. Brilliant, good, there you go. Got a couple of bits cleared off already. Nice. That's done. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Get the life buoy done. Alright, perfect. So let's see about getting this bit finished off. Whoa! That's blinding. So much dirt. So little time. Got all of this done. Now my luck will be something at the bottom. There we go, it was. Typical, typical, typical. Good, good. Going along. The floor's going to be a kicker as well today, just because of the length of real estate we've got to work on. What else have we got up here? Oh, it's just up onto the front wall, isn't it? Alright, okay. Get the old mast support out of the way. Probably going to take the mast as one huge item. That would suck. usual, we are getting ourselves through this area here. That looks ominous, hanging around over the open sea like that. Our pattern display pretty much done, aside from a few little bits in here. I don't know why this is out in the open and not in a comms room or anything, or the plant room. Very silly. This is going to be a lot of time of work on here, so I think what we'll do is we will go through and we'll do all of this camera, because I think we're going to be a little while yet on a lot of this. We're not really getting that many pings coming through. I think we'll change that up to the stubby, just so we can blast out from close range. That might help some of these bits, like these handrails up here. Right, yeah, I'll do that. I'll pause everything and I'll come back when we're near the end. See you shortly. Alright, so we're nearly at the end here. Let me quickly hop off and you can see how the boat looks now. Looks a lot different than what we started out with. As you can see, looking very, very nice. Like a mix of red, white and blue. And yeah, so we've just got some bridge windows to do and a cabin door we're going to work on, which is this little beastie over here. We're down to the final 3 items. Just quickly make sure we've got the outside of this all done. And of course, as usual, check the underside to make sure we haven't missed anything down there. Cabin door. Then we've got cabin, which is going to be somewhere on this area outside here. Looking around for anywhere that we may have missed. Okay, nothing is showing up immediately there. That's kind of concerning. Ah, there it is in there. And a bit down there. I don't know if we've got anywhere on top. Ah, we've got some bits around this area here. Okay. So it's done. That's done there. Cabin cleaned. And finally we've got 2 bridge windows to do. They are... That's not that one, not that one, not that one. Okay, you've got that one. That's done. You're okay. And there's one more around here. Okay, let's see if we can quickly get to this. If not, we'll have to get up on the old scaffolding. But yeah, it's been a lot of work on that one, because the getting underneath into the dry dock to actually do all of it there, it was quite a lot of time. There were some very fiddly bits, like over here on the pulley, and then you got the pulley chain, and then you had the pulley arm here. That was quite a lot. There's a couple of little fiddly bits around the winch rope. And we had the anchor chain as well. That was very fiddly to get into, but we finally got that done. And yeah, there was some real fun and games around the side under here, trying to, because you can see you've got these raised trim pieces. They were very difficult to get into because you had to eat, because although yeah, it's fine here, trying to get up there to point down, there are a couple of areas where there's like the crane wheels were really difficult to get the right angle to actually get it to pick up. But yeah, otherwise we're all done. So let's just quickly do the time lapse and we'll move on to the next job on the next video. You'll see makes quite a difference as we're cleaning through everything. But boom, all done. She looks so good, I don't know if I can bring myself to put her back in the water, although how else am I ever going to find the source of that incredible aroma? Dunno, Jerry, that'll be up to you to decide, my friend. Yeah, cool. So we've got a wreck vehicle to do again. Oh, interesting. Hello there, my transport is dirty. It makes me so sad. Please clean up so I can smile once more. Alright, well that'll be the next video. So if you enjoyed that, please do drop a comment and give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. It does help the channel. And I will catch you in the next one. You take care now. Alright, bye-bye.